The Constitutional Court has given Parliament 24 months to amend some sections of the Divorce Act. The court ruled this week that parts of the Act are unconstitutional. Before that order, a person married out of community of property couldn't claim from their spouse's estate in the event of a divorce. Section 7 of the Act now allows the courts to divide assets in a more equitable manner. For reaction on the story, I am joined by Nthabiseng Sepanya Mogale. She's the chairperson of the Commission for Gender Equality. Good to have you on the program. So this recent Constitutional Court ruling on Section 7.3 of the Divorce Act is seen as a win for women, allowing them to claim assets even out of community of property. What are the specific implications and how does it address gender inequality here?
Let's start off with the implications. The implications are very positive for women in the sense that women found themselves in positions, one, where they will be the carer and nurturer at home despite what qualifications, skills and expertise they would have, that they could go into the broader market to sell those and earn a living, but they would be the ones taking care of the home nevertheless. Secondly, even those who are employed are able to work and are qualified professionals or skilled people would tend to slag behind because they are the ones who are the primary caregivers and their careers do not flourish as easily without any hurdles as they would their male counterparts. So at the end of the day, what they accumulate in terms of personal wealth is always lagging behind. But thirdly, you find that if women were married out of community of property without accrual, the courts tended to say, well, there is nothing here that is yours if everything else belonged to the men. Whereas the non-financial contribution of women is very significant. In fact, how a lot of spouses flourish is as a result of the support that they're given by the other spouse. Now, the implication for women in this victory is that they can go to court and present the non-financial support and contribution that they've given to the wealth that is at stake that needs to be divided or that the man says is mine, and ask that the court consider their contribution and they will end up with something out of the relationship.
Let's expand on your opening assertions. I mean, the judgment does acknowledge indirect discrimination against spouses based on gender. How does this then impact women and what broader societal implications should be considered in this regard?
Yes, what we said to the court was that the provision is discriminatory, but particularly it would be discriminatory to those women who would not even be able to fight for themselves at the dissolution of the marriage. So in terms of the implications, it's very positive. I'm not sure if I actually understood your question. Maybe you could rephrase it so that I answer it more efficiently.
So really the question is based on the societal impact of a ruling such as this.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now you are going to end up with women who do not necessarily have to be totally dispossessed at the dissolution of a marriage, all because the court would say, well, you're married out of community of property without accrual. Now women can actually go and say, no. In the 20 years that we had been married, I contributed in the following ways in a non-financial contribution. That's the first thing. Secondly, it's taking South Africa to the level of some of the Western countries that have a long time ago recognized the non-financial contribution that women make in relationships. So you will end up with women who will be able to have a better startup after divorce, better care of the children, because in most cases the children are usually left or made to live with the mother. And you will also end up with women who they actually feel that, yes, my worth has not been reduced to something. Even mental health issues, you can stretch it as much as possible because women end up getting into depression and all sorts of things when they are made to live with just their suitcases, and somebody, in most cases younger, comes in and enjoys the fruits of their labor that they have put up for years and years and decades sometimes. You
had begun touching on some of the arguments made by the Commission for Gender Equality and Legal Resources Center. I mean, you played a critical role in challenging Section 7.3. Can you shed a bit more light on the arguments that were presented in court and factors leading to the court's recognition of this gender-based discrimination?
What we said was, if you are going to have a situation where you say, if you have been married out of community of property without accrual to women, you are disregarding the fact that there are women who are made to marry out of community of property without their intention. That's the one thing that we put forward. You must remember there are people who were forced to marry out of community of property, all because they're marrying under customary marriage and those kinds of things. Secondly, we also said the non-financial contribution perpetuates the poverty, but this poverty is gender aligned in the sense that it is usually the woman who actually is made to go without any benefits from the relationship. And thirdly, one of the things that we said is that in most cases it would even be black women considering the Customary Marriage Act. So those are some of the things that we put, and we were glad that the court actually said, yes, you are right. This is leaning towards discriminating against women, but particularly black women who found themselves being forced by a system after 1984, if they married a customarily, to continue to not benefit.
Let me thank you for your time, Nthabiseng Sepanya Mogale. I mean, with Parliament given 24 months to amend the Divorce Act, we are set to see a number of changes made to this particular bill.